The Lantern Keeper's Wisdom. In a quiet village nestled among rolling hills, there lived an old woman named Clara, known affectionately as the Lantern Keeper. Her home was small and humble, perched at the edge of a cliff overlooking the vast ocean. Every evening, a warm, steady light from her lantern guided fishermen safely back to shore, even during the fiercest storms. Clara had lived through many trials in her long life: wars, famines, and personal losses that would have crushed others. Yet she remained a beacon of joy, her laughter a soothing melody that filled the air. Villagers often sought her counsel when life became unbearable. One day, a young woman named Emma climbed the winding path to Clara's cottage. Her face was etched with despair. "Mother Clara," she began, her voice trembling, "I have lost everything. My crops have failed, my debts are insurmountable, and I see no reason to smile anymore. How do you remain so happy, even when the storms of life rage?" Clara invited Emma inside and handed her a cup of steaming tea. She smiled warmly. "Come, child, let me show you something." The old woman led Emma to the lantern that burned brightly on her windowsill. Its flame danced unwavering against the wind. Clara gently touched the lantern. "This light is my answer," she said. Emma frowned, confused. "I don't understand." Clara chuckled. "Happiness, my dear, is like this flame. It must be protected and fueled, especially in storms. Let me tell you how I do it." The 3 oils of happiness. Clara reached for 3 small jars, each labeled differently: gratitude, purpose, and connection. 1. Gratitude. She held up the first jar. Gratitude is the foundation of happiness. When I lost my husband and son to the sea, I thought my world had ended. But one day, I looked at the ocean and thanked it for the years of bounty it had given us. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it helps us see the blessings we still have. Clara gestured toward the view outside her window. "Even on the darkest days, I find one thing to be thankful for: a sunrise, a bird's song, or a kind word. It keeps the flame alive." 2. Purpose. Lifting the second jar, Clara continued, "Purpose is the oil that keeps the light burning through the longest nights. After my family passed, I found meaning in lighting this lantern for the fishermen. It gave me a reason to wake up every day." She took Emma's hand. "Find a purpose, no matter how small. When we live for something greater than ourselves, the storms lose their power to extinguish our joy." Connection. Finally, Clara picked up the third jar. Connection is what strengthens the flame. In crisis, it's tempting to isolate ourselves, but true happiness grows when shared. I've learned to lean on my neighbors and to offer my own shoulder in return. Love, laughter, and shared burdens make the flame unshakable. A lesson in action. Clara handed Emma the 3 jars. Take these oils, metaphorically speaking, and use them to fuel your own lantern. Start with small steps. Thank the earth for what it has given. Find a way to serve others and reach out to those who care for you. Emma stayed with Clara for the afternoon, talking, laughing, and even crying. When she left, her heart felt lighter, her steps steadier. That night, as she sat by the remnants of her failed crops, Emma whispered her first words of gratitude in weeks. "Thank you for the lessons this land has taught me." Months later, Emma's farm began to thrive again, not because of luck, but because she had learned to weather life's storms with a flame that burned brightly, fueled by gratitude, purpose, and connection. And in the village, Clara's legacy endured, not just as the lantern keeper, but as the woman who taught others to keep their own lights alive.